Coming to you from an undisclosed location in the Appalachian Mountains, inside an Appalachian mountain, I'm John, and this is Name Them Week 38, where we attempt to name children that have been aborted or miscarried over the course of many, centuries. I'd like to talk to you about the Benham brothers, but before we start, the Roe versus Wade decision. I guess I'll have more to say on that on week 39, but Roe versus Wade being overturned, it doesn't mean that we've won as far as the right to life or the right for unborn children to not be murdered. It just means that the battle goes to the states now, where it should have been all along. I want to talk about the Benham brothers and Roe versus Wade. Because of the Roe versus Wade being overturned, I have information that they relayed to me. I was at a Christian film festival, and also I met the Benham brothers at a homeschooling convention. Can't remember where we met them. I don't know if it was Sandusky or since it was Sandusky. Okay, I'll have to say that because you're not supposed to talk on this right now. I met the Benham brothers in a homeschool convention in Sandusky. Also met them at a film festival in Georgia. And they relayed this story to us. Their dad was a pastor. Now, in case you don't know the Benham brothers, they had a show that was going to go on HGTV. They flip houses and they renovate them and then they sell them. And they were so successful, they had a real estate company that HGTV wanted to do a live television show based on their work and what they do. They were offered a chance to do a live show or a show on HGTV, and there was a article in Yelp or a bunch of comments in Yelp. I don't know what Yelp is, but apparently TLC was reading Yelp and negative comments about how the Benham brothers don't support gay marriage, which is an oxymoron because marriage and gay don't go together. Marriage is a institution created by the Father in heaven, by Abba, and marriage actually means the coming together of a male and a female to have children, and the gay marriage doesn't make any sense. It's basically inane, nonsensical. So anyway, the Benham brothers, they're not angry or they don't hate gay people, people who have chosen this lifestyle. They just don't approve of it. And I don't think that gay people need our approval in order to continue their lifestyle. But apparently HGTV were listening to the haters on the Yelp and decided right before the Benham brothers had their $1 million contract to go forward, they canceled them. But the Benham brothers do speaking circuits about their life and about their real estate company. And so they're doing pretty well for themselves anyway without HGTV. They didn't need HGTV. It was just something that would have moved them along, so to speak, as far as financially, as far as getting their message out. But I'd like to relate a story that the Benham brothers related to us about their dad. Their dad was a pastor, and I believe he was a pastor in either Texas or Oklahoma. I can't remember exactly which, but Roe was a case in Texas, and dang it, Ian, what was her name?
Norma McCorvey.
Yeah. The Roe in Roe versus Wade was Norma McCorvey, and the Wade was the prosecuting attorney from Texas. She sued to get an abortion. At that time, she had already had children, and she was just going from one bad romance or one bad man to another. And for a while, she actually turned lesbian and had her female partner for a while. But the decision for Roe versus Wade, that was Norma McCorvey. Well, how does that interrelate with the Benham brothers and the Pastor Benham, who was their father? He invited Norma McCorvey over for dinner and basically ministered to her, talked to her, found out what her issues were. It was a ear that would listen to her problems and that would help her out of the situation that she was in, because she was forever getting into trouble as far as bad men, abuse. And so the Benhams were trying to get her out of that trouble. So they ministered to her. They invited her over for dinner. She kept coming over, and she eventually brought her partner, her female partner, over. And through the discussions she had with the Benham brothers' dad, she actually gave her life to Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, and she stopped her relationship with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend actually had a relationship with Yeshua, with Jesus Christ. And it was a brilliant story of love and compassion, and the fact that HGTV canceled these men just because they believe that, one, human life is very precious, and two, same-sex marriage isn't marriage. And so for standing up for what they believe in, they basically got canceled by the culture. But the interesting thing was that they did more to minister to Norma McCorvey than anyone ever had, more than the Roe versus Wade decision helped her. The Roe versus Wade decision didn't help her, but their dad did. And she, during later in her life, she regretted ever having an abortion, ever going that route, and she was sorry for what she did. And she made amends with God. She sought comfort in the fact that she was forgiven, and that she was a child of God, and that she hopes to see her aborted children someday. I know she might have had at least one abortion, but the Texas decision, I think it was too late for her to get an abortion at that time. I'm not sure about my facts. What I am sure of is that Norma McCorvey listened to the Benham brothers' dad and actually felt love from that family and became a follower of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. So with that story, I'll leave you with the names for week 38. Thank you.
Sally Anna, April Celia, Harmon Keith, Trudy Ellen, Penelope Grace, Sarah Leah, Drew Stanley, Brooke Ashland, Anthony Miles, Taney Millicent, Congressa Zelia, Wrexham William, Braun Neva, Celeste Indiane, Corliss Hannibal, Kaylee Embryo, Faraday Henry, Maxwell Clerk, Lorelei Mabry, Timothy Marlowe, Shaler Monique, Crane Semper, Mallory Candida, Lemuel Sterling, Nichelle Aubrey, Occidentary Gaylor, also known as Ox, Alina Taylor, Tamina Diamond, Nelson Jesse, Deborah Stacy, Elizabeth Michaela, Nary Lucy Faye, Clayton Monk, Carly Linnea, Howell Mendes, Marcy Tandy, Katie Loslin Good, Shappy Nicole, Denton Phillip, Haas Jonah, Avery Irene, Carla Elizabeth, Meredith Cynthia, Francine Lucinda, Dory Marana, Floyd Llewellyn, Tamara Fleecy, Maripov Chimmy, Anya Fatima, Selena Eberness, Stimson Merrill, Stephen Andrew, Penelope Brittany, Clara Tropica, Theron Olive, Maxine Uriel, Trenton Allen, Ewan Marcus, Lindley Kayla, Joshua Bentham, Kinshaw Landis, Carrie Anu, Warwick Newt, Lorraine Phoenix, Rebella Patricia, Malcolm Lawrence, Kenneth Burley, Zyla Chloe, Caillou Phantom, Lacey Winona, Sapphira Eunice, Alanis Chandra, Eliza Miriam, Anita Cosme, Rosie River, Kyrie Ava, William Robert, Darren Dean, Lindy Paul, Sky Cerise, Douglas Carl, Barry Nadia, Vivada Dana, Denali Yale, Charlotte Cindy, David Matthew, Marley Shauna, Talisa Monique, Jaquetta Valerie, Suetta Kalina, Brooke Abilene, Nestor Donovan, Kian Delilah, Kevin Jakin, Omak Sanjit, Lively Iris, Brandon Detreon, Perdita Wren, Lufta Julia, Love Simply, Orner Hobson, Samir Al-Shabad, Pamela Tirona, Vance Corbin, Topper Brenton, Averly Faith, Hope Zephora, Keturah Mila, Larkin Mallory, Ramada Amanda, Arle Shana, DePaul Burke, Lori Honora, Martin Kramer, and Stone Anson. Thank you for watching Week 38 of Name Them.